We are joined in the studio. If you're looking on the webcam this morning, you can see by Jericho Summer, who are Jay and Vanessa. Morning, guys.
Morning. How are you?
We're very well, thank you. Now then, let's find out a little bit more about you before we talk about music and singing and stuff like that. Where are you both from originally?
Jay's from the northeast and I'm from Cumbria. I believe we've got a lot of Cumbrians from a little place called Whitehaven listening in today.
Whitehaven?
Yes, right
I know
on the
it.
northwest.
That is. That's right out on the corner.
Northwest.
Yeah. Good. So, how did you meet? How did you get together?
We met in a studio in England back in ~95.
20 years coming up, isn't it? Yeah.
20 years. Okay. So how did you get involved in music? I mean, I've checked out the webpage jerichosummer.com, and you know a lot of very influential people in the music business, don't you?
Yeah, well, I did an album back in '95, and obviously we worked circuits down here for a while until our daughter was born, and then a few years ago got back into it.
And what is Jericho Summer? What are you about? What sort of genre of music are you?
Well, it's a Southern American rock genre.
Okay, and influences?
Lynyrd Skynyrd, Blackberry Smoke. A lot of American bands.
One of
maybe
your
Thin Lizzy, maybe.
I was about to say, because this is part of when you're looking at the bio and everything else. Marco Mendoza from Thin Lizzy, who you know, and also Izzy Stradlin from Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, I had Izzy over at the house a few years ago. And
really?
Yeah, we.
Believe it or not, they had a jam session. Can you believe it? Jamming session in the office.
I was lucky enough to meet Slash from Guns N' Roses. Actually, he came to Pirates about 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And nothing like how you're going to meet a big famous rock star and you think, blimey, we've got to be really on our best behaviour here. An utterly really nice bloke. He was nothing like what we thought he would be.
We met him after a gig in Blackpool, of all places, in the Winter Gardens, I think it was, in the theatre in there.
Right.
And met him. His PR lady took us in, and we said, we're friends with Izzy. And he said, really? And we said, yeah, he's got a boat. And he's like, he's got a boat? He drives his own boat? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, I think they don't see each other very often, you know.
Okay. So listen, we're going to play a couple of tracks today. We're going to play the first track now. What's the track and influences behind the track?
It's a track called Bitching with a Woman. It's about, having an argument and the guy walks away and doesn't have the argument, but he knows he's right.
But the woman's right, really.
No, hang on. The woman is never right.
It's the general thing.
Steady.
No, listen. The guy walks away and gets on his bike and does his biking and goes off in his sports car, and the woman's left at home doing the ironing.
Oh, really?
It's really about our life. We wrote this song because, people that know us, we've got chickens and, Thinker and it's like I've got the kids to feed. I'm in the chicken run. He's always off doing his thing, having a good time. But then it's no good arguing with me at the end of the day if you want some loving in the middle of the night.
But then she thinks she's really won.
But you do own a Harley, don't you? You've got your own bike.
Yeah, we're shooting a video this afternoon which is going to go out to Harley Owners Association. So that's something else we've got on the cards as well.
Because I remember somebody texted or tweeted me over the week. Was it last weekend?
It was me. I was on the back of the bike. I shouldn't admit it. I was texting while I was on the back of the bike.
That's right. While we were playing some music. We're here today with Jericho Summer, local band singers who are releasing an album that could go all across the world. Let's hope it does. JerichoSummer.com is their website. You can also find them on Facebook, facebook.com/Jericho Summer as well. Guys, I want to find a little bit more about the album, how it sort of all came about and how you wrote it and everything else. I always tip my hat to people that can write songs and everything else because I don't really know how you go about doing it.
Well, we wrote the first 2 tracks, which were Bitchin'. We wrote another one called Broken Wings and Lonely Town, which we've got today. And we demoed them, and they sort of set the standard for the album. We really wanted what we consider is an album with no filler tracks. So many albums you buy nowadays, there's 2 or 3 good tracks, and you have to keep skipping along. We didn't want that. And these first 3 tracks really sort of set a high standard, so we sort of kept that up in the songwriting.
So, talking of songwriters, how do you write a song? What do you do? Is it certain times of the day that's better than others, or is it you just something comes into your mind, you write it down, and then you start playing with it? How does it all work?
Well, some groups go into studio and do an album, and they say we're going to do this album in 2 weeks or whatever they're going to take. And I think doing it that way, you can end up with a lot of filler material. We just did it when it happened. It was sort of like a goal to have this no filler album with strong songs, and it just happened over 12 months, didn't it?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we've stuck with really was a hook. So, for example, ain't no good bitching with your woman. It's kind of something, you know, that people generally would say. It's a line.
I remember talking to, I think it was the guys from Embrace when they came in the studio. They wrote a song, and I can't for the life of me remember it, but he'd written, I think he'd written the melody, or he'd written the lyric. He'd left it for about 12 years, and then all of a sudden just came back to it, and it immediately clicked in gear, and he wrote the song. I for the life of me can't remember, but is that how it works?
Yeah, we recorded a couple of songs I wrote back in the 90s, and reformatted them, rearranged the chords and the sequences, and we've used them, and they're actually much better now. So yeah, it can happen. And
you've been in the music business since 1995, and it's changed a hell of a lot, hasn't it? I mean, obviously from a recording point of view and everything else, the studios now are like you're never nowhere near what they were, 20, 25 years ago, aren't they?
Yeah,
totally different.
It was all analog recording back now. Yeah. Now it's all digital, Pro Tools, and this is one of the reasons how we've managed to do this album the way we have. Getting the guitar parts done in LA, flying them over via Dropbox, and flying them into the tracks.
I think what I would like to come back to with all of this technology that we have nowadays, I used to go into the studio and we used to be there in person with everybody, or you'd have your time and you would turn up, and then you'd have to go back again if you heard something that you didn't like. Now everything's sent via the internet.
Yeah, of course.
And so even we work with a guy from West Cumbria in a place called the Music Farm. He turned this old farm into an amazing studio, and we've been sending things back and forward to him. I have to say I do like a lot of the old times where you could fix it there and then on the spot, because there's a lot of going back and forward. But just to have the possibilities to get these amazing artists on the album, you imagine what it would have cost for flights, for 5-star accommodation, entertaining them, doing everything that comes along with hiring somebody like these big names that we've got on there. This has just opened so many doors for so many artists. It's fantastic.
Great.
What we've also been able to do is sit down, go through all the tracks and pick the best parts of each track and piece them all together to make the tracks that we've got now, which is also not really feasible to do in a band situation.
Brilliant. Once again, their website is jerichosummer.com. You can find them online, of course, and their Facebook page is facebook.com/jerichosummer as well. We're going to play out with another song. Reasons behind this song? What was the sort of features of it and everything else?
It was just written about when I met Vanessa up in West Cumbria. It's it's a small town, one road in, one road out, that sort of thing. So I just sort of came up with the lyrics from that, basically.
Good. Guys, wish you all the luck. Please keep in touch with us. Let us know how you're getting on. Yeah. And if the album comes out, then send us a copy. We're happy to play it.
Thanks for having us today as well.
No. It's been a pleasure. Are we going to play it with this?